Hello and welcome, race fans, into some Wednesday night racing action where the field of VRL drivers have shipped it on up to New England and are rocking it here in the Granite State. New Hampshire is on tap for this evening, 150 laps at this 1 mile raceway. It's gonna be flat, it's gonna be fast, and oh boy, we got a whole bunch of racing action to get to. However, before we get to the racing action, we do start tonight here on a little bit of a more somber note. Tonight it was brought to our attention that there was a fallen officer over in Rutland, Vermont the other week. And as you all know, Vermont and New Hampshire, we're basically twins, just sometimes we're inverted, reverted, whatever. Officer Jessica Ebbighausen, at 19 years of age, has unfortunately passed away and been laid to rest. You might be saying, just like I said, 19 years old, that's extremely young. From what I hear, she's wanted to be a police officer ever since the age of 9 and was making steps to proceed along that path. And so tonight, the drivers of the VRL all put some fantastic banners with Jessica's name on them. And I know one special driver here, the 18, Andrew Player, is even running a commemorative paint scheme for the Rutland Police Department there, where she did unfortunately pass in the line of duty. So tonight, the Vigilante Racing League is dedicating this race to Jessica and all others in law enforcement, especially to those that have sadly fallen. So before we get to the national anthem, I ask that you all join me here briefly for a quick, brief moment of silence, and then maybe let this anthem touch you a little bit more.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, we like to thank our great race sponsors over here for the VRL, like Blue Fox Properties and Dave Mayberry. Be sure to go give Dave a call at 520-850-4189, whether you're looking to buy or sell your house in the Tucson, Arizona area where he's based, or really anywhere across the country. Let Dave and his 18 years of experience get you into the house of your dreams, because this housing market, man, just keeps getting crazier and crazier day by day with no end in sight. So save yourself a little bit of stress and a whole lot of time by reaching out and getting a great quality realtor here today. And of course, I lost his business card, so I'm sorry, Greg, but also sponsored by GC Cruise Travel. Go ahead, check them out on Facebook and get in contact with our good buddy Greg Klein, as he does some fantastic jobs making sure you get the perfect vacation. And when I tell you there's no one I would trust more, especially regarding cruise travel, is Mr. Greg Klein. So definitely be sure to reach on out to GC Cruise Travel over on Facebook. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I am joined by two of my best friends, one of which is the brewmaster in general, Mr. Alan English, joining me here in the booth. And welcome up to the Great North here, buddy. I know this is kind of my home state and my home track and whatnot, but I got a feeling you would love it up here as well. Got the woods. It's not 170 degrees.
Yeah.
We have been getting a lot of rain though, so I don't know if you're a big fan of the rain, but
Rain don't bother me.
Nonetheless, we do come to New Hampshire Motor Speedway, where man, this is a 1 mile tracks usually aren't that difficult or anything, but ooh, this one's kind of tough.
This was tough. This isn't Dover. Where you got all that banking to help you out, and it's more oval shaped, and this one is a little bit longer straightaways and tighter turns, and it's really going to wear these tires out. There's not a whole lot of banking here to help you. There's passing is going to be really difficult here. There's only really one good line to run around here, and everybody's going to try to be on that same line. So it's going to be difficult. Track tip and stuff is, Adam's going to talk about that, but it's not so bad out there that these guys are going to be losing the rear end all the time because of just that. But it's going to be hard to get the power down coming out of the 2 and turn 4 as well, getting onto these straights, So, it's going to be a management game with the tire treads out there today.
At that it will be, as down there for all the beating and banging action, our anger management specialist in the house, Mr. Adam Turner, down there on pit road. And Adam, I know you might have gotten scared off by a couple of moose, because those guys are pretty dang big, but man, we got some crazy action going on down there in the pits tonight.
Yeah, I wish I could come up there and hunt for one of them. Did you call them meese?
Well, that's the
If there's
plural
more
of
than one.
Moosin.
It's not
Moose.
meese.
Moose is
That's mice and meese. What's wrong with you? You just ruined the whole show in English.
Fire me.
Brown had a great monologue. That was
was
awesome.
great.
Good job, Brown, on that.
That was touching.
Many respects. But yeah, I would love to shoot a moose. Aren't they they are like a size of a giant SUV or something?
Bigger.
Yeah, bigger. Yeah, they'll kill you if you drive into one, so you got to be careful. I don't know. I like how we're following NASCAR. So this was NASCAR Sunday, which actually was Monday because of a rain out, and I didn't get to watch the race. But I mean, it's just a short track, right? It's kind of just
1 mile.
one of those 1 mile, 1.06. They must have been using kilometers or something. I don't know. Does that make any sense?
No,
Probably
it
not.
doesn't. No.
No. No.
Well, I mean, 1.06 miles. I don't know why they did that. That's strange.
Maybe that's
But-
around the outside. Maybe their yardstick wasn't calibrated correctly or something.
Yeah, it could
I
have
don't
been.
know.
Either way, these guys are great. Vigilante Racing League. They're going to have a good night. The trucks run awesome here. I think we're going to have some fun. And we got some Canadians in the group. So that's fun to always hang out with the Canadian people. Here's the rules, Brown. 1 fast repair, 65% fuel. 4 sets of tires total. 13 incident points, you'll get a penalty, and then you start 6 more incident points after that, you'll start getting more penalties. And it's 96 on the track, so it's fairly warm.
And that's kind of how the weather is going on up here. But meanwhile, we take a look here at that race info, and you can see the kind of flat action here at New Hampshire. Kind of really not too much to say about this track other than that, and beautiful weather. Unlike the real life race, this one's not going to get rained on out and pushed to another day. So these drivers getting all locked and loaded, bringing us down to tonight's key of the race. And man, you just got to stay low, keep it off that high side where that color of the pavement changes, because, well, you're probably going to end up in the wall at that point.
Yeah, it's dangerous to get up there where all those marbles are at, because they've been building up out there, and I don't think they're cleared off each session. So, nope, it's left on the track. So, yeah, there's already a danger out there on the upper half. So, yeah, they got to be careful out there.
Yeah, that indeed is. We get all locked and loaded, and looks like these drivers finishing on up with their qualifying and heading down to the racetrack to get things all started. So let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to start here tonight. Getting us started will be the 33 of Jess Vaught, picking up the pole position. To his outside, the 27 of Timothy Pope, looking to get things off to a great start here in second. 23 of Sean McDonald, one of our resident Canadians, is going to be starting here tonight up there in third, with another Canadian, Jack Dixon. He's getting a good starting spot up there for that 07 machine in fourth. 69, Mr. Larry Dickerson, going to get this party all started there in fifth, with the 18 of Andrew Player having a pretty good starting spot here at his home track in sixth. Seventh will be the 6 of Mr. Trevor Robertson, trying to find his way up through this field. Gonna also have the double nickel 55 Ricky Wittenberg getting this party started here in eighth. Ninth will be the 14 of Dustin with a Y, Dustin Eaton, having a good top 10 starting spot, with Dylan Mad Max Bryant in the 8 machine, rounding out the field starting top 10.
28 of George Rincon will start inside row number 6 to his outside. Jeremiah Burke in the 53. Dave the Gambler Mayberry, our race sponsor here in the 29 machine, will start 13th. 14th will be Austin Paul in the 3. Mike Everidge in the 82 will start 15th. The 16th place starter is David L. Kelly in the 49. The man, Chandler Paul, who's joining us out there in YouTube land. It's got a fire paint out there. He'll start 17th. 18th will be David Fight in the 1. 19th, Mike Taylor in the 98 machine. And the 99 machine, America's driver Albert Anderson, rounds out your top 20.
Yeah, starting 21st, number 7, Jonah Long. Newcomer Kyle Vaught in the 16 truck, 22nd. 23rd, Andrew Cawthon in the 10. 1, 2, 3 of John Gallagher starts 24th. Position 25, Kelly Keel in the 01. 81, Jonathan Osborne. Looks like 26th, 27th, Greg Dobson from Canada. 085, Greg Klein, and he'll start 28th in the 92. 29th, Earl Evans, sponsored, not sponsored, number 13. Robert Shipman right behind him, and Deion Jones rounds it out there in 31st.
And there you have it. Your field officially set and now underway here as they make their way behind the pace car. Lights are turned off. We're going to see multiple fantastic paint schemes out here tonight. Again, I believe all the drivers, as long as they got to it in time, did put the special banner up on their windshields, and we...
That's it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's early as the pace truck peels off down and into pit road, which means into the Geico restart zone for the first time tonight. We go to the green flag racing here at New Hampshire. Side by side, they shuffle and bustle down into turns 1 and 2. The 33 down low getting a great run and a great jump on that start as the 27 and Timothy Pope tucks back in the line. Same thing with the 07 and Jack Dixon. He's able to overtake the 23 of Sean McDonald
82.
As the 82. Oh no, 92. Greg Klein quickly avoids it, but already getting tangled on up with some action there is the 82 of Mike Everidge.
Yeah, and I think there was some net code there, Brown. Honestly, it looked like net code to me, but Everidge was sliding up the track. I think cold tires may have played into that. You're going to have to check it out for yourself.
Yeah, well, things were a little slow. There was a slow-moving truck kind of on the outside up near the wall. And, yeah, he was sliding up, but, yeah, there was definitely a net code incident there. Ooh, a little bit of a extra contact to the 82 once when he went around. But thankfully, it doesn't look like anybody's too badly banged up out there. And we got ourselves our first caution of the evening.
Yeah, and I just think, nerves and cold tires right there probably played a role. You're bunched up really tight at the start of races, and there's 31 trucks out there. I mean, it's crowded. And that was just a touch of netcode. I mean, netcode is, comes and bites us every once in a while, especially in these trucks. So basically, they were probably about a foot away from each other, but the computer acted like they thought they were already together, and that's what caused the little spin there.
Yeah.
Nobody got just beat up too bad, though.
No. Just a little beating and banging. I mean, again, it really doesn't look like it, nor does it really race it. Bristol and Dover, those short tracks, of about a mile, they just race so quick, and lap times are right around like the 15-second point and that kind of stuff. New Hampshire's a little different. Like lap time wise, it's very equivalent to like a mile and a half, right around the 30-second point. So it doesn't feel like a short track, but you can best believe you could be missing a few body panels here and still do pretty well.
Yeah, you just need that engine to purr. You're not going to need too much of that sheet metal. We'll re-rack them and start it over.
Yeah.
Just, call it one of those racing deals.
That indeed is. We get everybody pacing here under this caution. We thank you all for tuning in and watching. And look forward to you guys out there in the chat. I know Chan the Man saying my ride is fire just like this broadcast. Oh yeah, happy to have Chan the Man driving around out there and Dixon's racing team. Proud to have Dixon Cider as the main sponsor this week. Ooh, got the special stuff going on down there. And of course, Crazy Mom 305 saying let's go Team Tang number 7. Go on Jonah. So she's got everything all locked and loaded there as well.
It's good to see the viewers out there. We got to get more comments and stuff. We get more likes and subscribes and all that stuff. I mean, we need like a bunch of subscribers.
Yeah, that we do. It's just continuing to grow and grow, because the way YouTube works, once when we get to the 1,000 subscriber mark, which by the way, subscribing is free at no charge to you guys. It's just to help you get alerted and notified every single time that we get a race that goes on up, and we can get you all involved with a whole bunch of options to do some stuff. Opens up there at the 1,000 mark. So as we continue to grow and grow, look forward to having each and every single one of you part of our fantastic community as we get lined up here to go back to Green Flag Racing, the 33 and the 27, starting things off side by side here once again as the pace truck guides the field down through turns 3 and 4 before making that peel off down onto pit road. And here he goes, and here we go once again, coming down the front straightaway into that restart zone we go, and go back to the green flag as they shuffle and bustle side by side here once again. The 27 and the 33 having it out with a great battle, but the 33 out with a fantastic start there. Gets control of that lead pretty handily, but here comes the 27 around on the outside, making a big challenge for that. It's going to be tough to keep that truck stuck up there on that outside, but he's going to give it a rip either way. Just, I think, losing a little bit of speed, not able to quite get the power down as he starts to get all loosey-goosey. Able to wrangle it back together, though, as the 33 gets control of the lead here once again. Meanwhile, the 55 and the 18 going side by side, almost some 3-wide action as the 6 Trevor Robertson trying to make his way on up through this field as well. You got the 3 of Austin Paul shuffling and bustling. He's right behind the 14 of Dustin Eaton right now, trying to figure out a way to get around. But here comes the 53 Jeremiah Burke having a fantastic run as well. He's getting up underneath Austin Paul, and who Austin just celebrated his anniversary of being married. So congratulations to Austin and his wife, Dave Mayberry, race sponsor, league sponsor, having a pretty good battle here with the 49 of David Kelly as the entire field. It's kind of turning into one of those single file until you have a chance to pass somebody, and then it's too wide for a little bit. You good, Turner?
Hello.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, see, I was talking into the microphone, and it had the button that said mute there. I'm not sorry. I thought English had gone. I was calling 911. No, I think
okay, sorry.
what you were saying, Brown, is you're just going to kind of be status quo for a little bit until somebody burns up their tires. That's when you're going to be able to take advantage.
I believe so. I think that's probably the main strategy a lot of these guys are going to be taking, is maybe save a little bit of extra rubber here throughout the run, so then you can pounce on somebody who's absolutely tore their stuff up. As the 23 of Sean McDonald down there on the bottom side gets passed by the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, moving up into that top 5. 6 Trevor Robertson continuing his shuffle, trying to get back up through the field. Here's the 8 of Dylan Bryant there as well, with the let's see, 18 Andrew Player having a pretty good run.
Yeah,
Man,
thanks.
look at it. Go ahead, English. I thought I was really going to call the authorities to make sure you're okay. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Saying the YouTube chat already filling up with some folks out there. Crazy Mom 305 out there pulling for Team Tang number 7. Let's go, Jonah. Taylor Provax pulling for the 33, of course. And Dixon Racing Team, I don't know if you guys covered this already.
Yeah.
They do have a new sponsor up there, and it's a family-owned company, Dixon Cider.
I guess he makes that himself.
Always love some Dixon Cider. That's
Well, I've never had any. They're in Canada. You can't even get it
Try it.
across the border.
just try it.
Huh.
Got a buddy that homebrews, and he has one called that. So,
Oh, really?
sure.
Okay. Check out all the paints, though. All the cool paints and the tributes. And Albert Anderson, America's driver. That's a police car right there. I like to see that.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's running the Rutland Police Department style paint scheme here tonight, and in honor of Jessica, and of course, so is the 18 of Andrew Player. So it's there was a little bit of a joke going on in the Discord of saying, "Hey, everybody, we should all run these paints just with no numbers and see what the broadcasters do and how good we can
quit.
call this race."
That would have been cool.
Oh, it would have been. I believe
I would've still been cast.
even Earl Evans is. He even apologized to us, saying, "Man, there ain't no AAA on the truck here tonight," but that's because he's running his he's running a state trooper machine out there tonight.
That's awesome. We love that.
Oh,
Support
absolutely.
Law enforcement, 100%.
That we
Yeah,
do.
they're all right.
Most of them.
They're pretty good.
Meanwhile, the 16 of Kyle Vaught trying to shuffle and bustle his way through the field. Here comes the 82 Mike Everidge down through the inside here. Jonah Long and Andrew Cawthon had made their way by the 16 machines. Tough track here, I especially for someone who's kind of a, very much still a rookie to these trucks, like Kyle Vaught is. One of the very first leagues that I ever actually ran in for was a truck league. And the very first race was here at New Hampshire, and I think I probably went about 6 laps down within the first 20 laps and decided to just, I'll get out of everybody's way and park it.
I talked pre-race about there only being one line, but look at David L. Kelly. He's running way up high. And,
Ooh, Gallagher hard into the inside fence.
Ouch. I think that they might have worn their tires already. I mean, if you're not careful, you can wear them out.
It's possible. It looks like, the 123 maybe putting the power down a little bit too hard and a little bit too early there. And self-spins himself down into the grass and into the fence. He was able to get things all looped back around, but he's just trying to stay off the track right now and use the access roads to get back to pit lane. Unfortunately, he's having to do it the long way because New Hampshire does have a road course here, and he's essentially been driving around the entire road course trying to get back to the pits there.
yeah, he's got a meatball flag, which means he's got mandatory repairs that he has to make before he can continue to race. So, gonna burn a faster repair down there, I'm sure.
Yeah, and if anybody's really listening to this, you got to remember, I say things in jest when I talk about law enforcement. They're okay. Well, I spent a lot of time in that community, so I get the deal. I'm retired from the community, and
Kind of.
yeah, but I love cops. That's all I know is cops. So.
Yep.
And I really feel for Jessica Ebbinghausen's family, and I know what it's like. I've been there, lost friends, so this is a cool tribute night.
And that it is. Meanwhile, the 14 of Dustin Eaton continuing to try to chase down his teammate here, the 18 of Andrew Player, and we got something special here for you guys that I know you guys didn't know about, but we got a driver camera for the Eaton machine here tonight. Trying to stay on up here inside of this top 10. He's definitely swarmed by the orangutans out there, but glad to have his driver camera up with us here tonight. Of course, we also have quite a few others. Andrew Player joining us here this evening as well. He did end up, he and the New Hampshire State Police Pipe and Drum Corps played at Jessica's funeral there, so he said it was a very, very nice service, and he was very proud to be a part of that.
That's awesome. Is Dustin down there with the Dimples and Temple?
I believe so.
He looked like he's really working the wheel. That's a George Strait song, if anybody didn't get it. English didn't pipe up, so he must have. He must have got kidnapped again. I don't know.
I'm here.
We got a whole bunch of other drivers. Greg Dobson, of course, our friendly neighbor up there in the north, kind of near the Toronto area, trying to survive this race here in New Hampshire tonight. Our good buddy Greg Klein out here trying to shuffle his way on up through the field. Greg, one of those guys, typically see him run, top 10, top 5, struggling a little bit here right now. They're in 16th, but again, New Hampshire is such a different track that not everybody feels comfortable here. And then, of course, now I'm trying to find, there he is, Chan the man, Chandler Paul, joining us with the driver cam here tonight as well, which is funny because he's saying his hometown is Mount Washington. Well, Mount Washington here in New Hampshire is our, highest peak, and has a fantastic auto road that people do a hill climb race going up.
And it's windy.
It's very, very windy. Well, during the winter,
on Earth or something?
it was. I believe it got overtaken either last year or this past winter. But yeah, during the winters, it's like 200 plus mile an hour gusts of wind. So
crazy. Taylor Provak's out there also pulling for Kyle Vaught in the 16 machine as well as the 33s. Thank you, Taylor, for supporting your drivers out there, your family, and supporting us as well by watching the broadcast out there. And if you're out there watching the broadcast, you like what you see, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Doing pretty well out there with the subscriptions and stuff. Thank you all so much. We're able to reach a larger audience when you guys hook us up with those clicks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ooh,
that means more money.
Go ahead. Going 3 wide here with the 55. You got the 8 up in the middle, the 23 all the way down low. Looks like Ricky is just like, I don't like this, and he backed right on out of it. That's also going to allow the 53, Jeremiah Burke, to try to get his nose up underneath there. Oh, it makes contact with the 55. The 53 able to save it, however, and that's also tying up the 14 of Dustin Eaton, who's trying to shuffle his way through the madness.
He went up against the wall there, thinking there was something else going to happen there between them two vehicles in front of him.
Yeah. They're getting after it, though. Very clean, other than that little thing we had at the beginning.
And I mean, even here up at the front, normally, we'll probably typically see somebody kind of start maybe driving away a little bit from this field, but man, take a look there at that 27 of Pope, just still all over that back bumper of the 33 of Just Vaught.
He's letting him know that he's still there, kind of waiting for him to make a mistake, I think.
He's probably trying to push him into breaking down his tires. I think that's...
Oh, there you go.
That's the old trick. You just get right on the bumper and, make him overdrive the thing.
Ooh, and speaking of overdriving, just missing that corner, the 55 Ricky Wittenberg, he's actually kind of doing a diamond technique. Wow, I thought he was about to lose a whole bunch of time, but no, he gained a bunch of time there on the 18 machine.
He did, and the 18 was trying to stick his nose under Dustin Eaton there, but Eaton came down, and 18, the player, had to back out of it, so he lost a little ground to Ricky there.
Ricky has AAA broadcasting on his truck too. A lot of these guys do, and we do appreciate that because that's just nice gesture. We don't pay anybody anything. Put that on there, but we're happy to have you use our logo.
Austin Paul with that thin blue line across the hood of his black machine out there.
Super cool. Man. I'm glad we turned this into a tribute race for this fallen officer.
Yeah, and I mean, when I've been to Rutland, and I mean, really a lot of there's really, other than Boston here in New England, there's really no big cities, right? But you know, Rutland is a fairly small town, and New England as a whole is just kind of all about that kind of atmosphere. And so whenever something happens, you know, it's you know, it's personal to us. It's all one big old community down here.
You guys are great about binding together, you know, and when stuff like that happens, and rural parts of Texas and Louisiana, a lot of that transfers over. I've done some Patriot Guard funerals. We did one for a firefighter last year, I think it was, and it was amazing to see the support from the community. Everybody coming out to the cemetery. You couldn't park anywhere in the cemetery. One of Shreveport's largest cemeteries. The firefighter was from Bossier Parish, and was buried out there. And you just could not get a spot. It was a huge crowd of people. It was very touching.
Yeah, those are times when you actually feel good about where we're headed in America. You know, just it's all about the real people. It's not about the politicians and the garbage that goes on. It's about, you know, neighbors helping neighbors.
Yep.
So that's really cool. That's a cool story. Thank you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, here during the race, the 72 Chan the Man almost gets up into the outside wall there, and it looked like for a moment the 82 Mike Average might be able to make a dive there to steal a couple of positions, but not quite able to do so. Meanwhile, the 14 and the 53 continue to have a fantastic battle out there, going side by side down the back straightaway before getting down into turns 3 and 4. Down on that bottom side, the 18 machine getting the grip, but I'm curious to see if the 14 tries to do a little bit of a crossover here, kind of get that little bit of a diamond action in the mid to late corner. Doesn't look like he was able to quite do that, or maybe he's just trying to make those tires last just a little bit longer here, as we're here on lap 34 out of 150, and we're approaching halfway here in this opening stage. Of course, stage break going to happen right around lap at the completion of lap 75. So going on to 76, we will have that competition yellow come on out. But you know, I think these guys are probably starting to get and creep a little close to that that pit mark here, Mr. English.
Yeah, I was hoping to see if these guys could make it halfway through the stage, but and maybe bank a set of tires for late in the race, at least one set of tires.
Well, we're definitely, I think we're going to see something here soon. Somebody's got to be hurting on tires. Somebody overdrove the thing and is ready to come in, I bet.
Well, I'm willing to bet 31 of them are probably in that boat.
Yeah.
So this track is in Loudon, New Hampshire. How far is that from you there, Brown? I know you're kind of in the southern New Hampshire.
Depends on the time of day. We'll just say, assuming everybody and their grandmother who typically goes up here decided to disappear and the roads were pretty empty, about little more than an hour.
Okay, so it's not too far.
Yeah, so that's New Hampshire's a fantastic state. Not only do we not have a state income tax or a sales tax or anything like that, you can get pretty much anywhere within right around an hour to an hour and a half. You can head on over because we have 9 miles of coastline. You can head on over to the beach in the morning, get have a good lunch, and then drive for about an hour, hour and a half, and then you're up in the mountains for dinner.
Beautiful place.
That sounds cool.
That it is, as the 7 of Jonah Long, one of our first takers to come on down onto pit road. Earl Evans is down there as well. So green flag pit stops now officially underway. And, of course, you may not want to be up here during the winter. It takes a strong back to be up here, especially with all of that shoveling. Meanwhile, right behind the 14, Dustin Eaton. Oh, I thought the 53 Jeremiah Burke was going to maybe trickle on down onto pit road there, but electing to stay on out at least another lap here. Is we're past that halfway point in the stage here, English, so they did at least get to that.
Good on them for doing that. Yeah, man. They make a motorized machine that throws the snow off of your.
Well, yeah, that, and of course, that's what I have one as well, but to get to the edges and get in those tight areas around the house and garage and all that. So you gotta do the old manual labor and scoop it out yourself.
So it's like weed eating, but in like freezing temperatures with coldness. But
it gets your cardio up, so then that's why everybody thinks we look like buffoons, because we're out there maybe in jeans, right? And we start off with a coat, and then we get down to a sweatshirt. Next thing you know, we're in a t-shirt out there, and they're like, "Oh, it's 22 degrees. What are you doing out there in your t-shirt?" Man, I'm sweating.
I'm working up a sweat. I'm gonna be in my Speedo next.
They're just animals up there. What kind of animals are living in New Hampshire? I am scared of that place, but I do like how you described it with the coastline. Is there a fishing hole over there on the coast?
Oh, there's fishing holes all over. You can fish. You can get lobster.
Ooh.
Lobster.
This sounds exciting.
It is lobster season, as they gave away a 100-year-old one as to the race winner Martin Truex here on Monday.
He didn't deserve that.
Absolutely massive.
Why would you kill a 100-year-old lobster? That just seems evil.
Man, the 98 of Mike Taylor makes his way down into the pits. Same thing with the 29 of Mayberry and the 99 of Albert Anderson. Our race leaders, though, still electing to stay on out as the 23 Sean McDonald goes side by side with the 8 machine of Dylan Bryant here, having some good side by side action going on there.
I like that strategy. Get out there and use up that whole tank of fuel. Save your tires up good. Use every bit of that fuel that you can, and then you'll be on faster tires later, because they know caution's going to be there to re-rack everybody later. So they're just trying to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, that's tough. But I mean, everybody's going to have to pit, so I think everybody should be close to almost everybody. Be on the lead lap when we re-rack it. Dixon Cider, that sounds exciting.
As the race leader, Jess Vaught, peels off down onto pit road. So here we go. Expect some masses to head your way there, Mr. Turner.
Oh, I see him. I'm down here I'm eating a lobster roll. I call it a lobster roll. Yeah, I'm having one of those. Timothy Pope's coming down. Lots of action down here. This could change the race if we have a problem with the blend in.
That's
be
what
careful.
I'm worried about too. I'm worried about guys getting out there on brand new cold tires and just trying to rip it through, the first set of turns and losing the rear end. So we'll see.
Jones coming down.
45 mile an hour pit speed limit, I'm sure feels super slow. Most weeks they're in a 60, 65 zone, 55 zone, 45 is
well,
just...
it's also strange to me is we're really not coming down in packs. I mean, you're 2 or 3 at a time, seems like, really.
We don't see that a whole lot.
Meanwhile, here goes the 18 and the 07 having a pretty good battle. Looks like the 07 sticking to that high side on, oh man, it really is a rough racing surface up there outside of kind of that groove. And I hate to know what those tires feel like for that 07 as the 6 of Trevor Robertson down into the pits right now as well. Deion Jones, Robert Chipman, David Fite, and Kyle Vaught all down there as well.
Coming down, get some new shoes. They're going to feel good after they get them warmed up here in a lap or two.
That goes for even on your car or truck at home. You get some new tires, you can really feel the difference, you know? Just driving down the freeway. So, tires are super important, even for your safety on the mean streets of wherever you are.
You ain't kidding.
I mean, are y'all like the types that check your tread all the time, make sure everything's good to go?
Well, on my work truck, yeah, because you know I'm required to by law.
What about your personal car?
Oh, my personal car? Yeah, they're good enough.
That doesn't sound like you do.
You know, I walk. As I'm walking to the driver's side door, I can see my driver's side front tire right there, and hey, it looks good.
Check my pressure once a month or so, and I check the tread while I'm filling the tire up. I mean,
I don't know when I became the tire Nazi all of a sudden. Sorry, guys. I was just.
Yeah, that's fine.
I thought it was interesting.
It's a good thing to do.
I had got new tires in my government vehicle.
Okay, good.
And I couldn't believe the guy that had it before just let it burn all the way down to the steel.
Cords showing, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't real happy about that. Still coming into pits.
Did you get some good tires? Get some good Michelins on there or something? Or did they put cheap junk Chinese tires on it?
No, it was BF Goodwrench.
Oh, okay.
Goodrich or whatever they call it.
Yeah, BFGs, yeah. Make a good tire.
You're all right.
So 33 of Vaught trying to shuffle his way through some of this traffic here. Larry Dickerson, Andrew Player, and George Rincon continuing to stay on out, as well as the 085 of Mr. Craig Dobson. Actually, here comes the 69 of Dickerson on down. And speaking of tire wear, did you know? 18 of Andrew Player coming down here as well. Did you know for aircraft tires, it is actually in the tire manufacturer's like booklet or whatever that they give you, that it is okay to run those down to the cord.
They do. Yep. I worked B-52s for many years, and yeah, you can see them sitting out there. You go up there and look, and the cords show through the tread just from the, making contact with the.
Well, at what point do you know when to change them?
Well, once when the cord's showing, then you change it.
Man, that sounds crazy.
They've got a set of criteria. I'm sure there's a whole technical order book on tires.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and then if you have one blow out, then you have to replace all the ones on that landing gear, because then you don't know if one got overloaded, and you have to do a complete overhaul and make sure it's structurally sound.
I bet that's an expensive tire change right there on any aircraft, really, but mainly those big ones.
So take your. We'll take your typical GA aircraft, the good old Cessna 172, the fantastic airplane. Typical tire change, right around $500 per.
It's not bad.
Per tire?
Per tire. And that's just a tire change. If you do a whole wheel overhaul, then you're talking $1,000.
Well,
I wonder what they cost those B-52 tires.
Yeah, something giant. What about a 747? What about the Trump one?
Well, I can't.
Or the Biden one, or whatever you want to call it.
I can't say for a 747, but I can say for a 767, as we got some good racing here with Jonah Long and Jack Dixon. For a 767, you're talking pretty close to $10,000 per tire.
That doesn't surprise me. Interesting. Man, that's an interesting fact. We're talking about like weird stuff tonight. I haven't done any of my conspiracy stuff. No Florida man. We're really talking about some other stuff, which is fun. probably going to go well on our future podcasts.
I know we gotta save some of this.
Yeah, I know. We can't give out all the material. We're going to run out of material, yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the 92 Greg Klein and the 98 Mike Taylor go side by side there. Jolly Rancher machine, excuse me, trying to stay out in front of the 92, but man, they're still going at it side by side on those fresh sets of tires here on lap 56. Only about 20 laps to go here left in this stage.
Wasn't it Jolly Roger something else, and didn't it blow something up?
Jolly Roger? Jolly
Yeah.
Roger's the pirate flag.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I get confused.
Are you thinking of
Jolly Ranchers? Are you thinking of candy or something?
No, that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, because
The
the
Jolly Roger.
98 is, the candy machine, Jolly Ranchers,
Yes.
Yeah.
which are fantastic candies, by the way.
They are. I like the apple, personally.
Watermelon, all the way. Annalie Tovar out there saying Team Tang, baby.
Yeah, they're running.
Cruz Brown out there saying Chan the man is my hero.
Ooh, things getting a little dicey down there. A little 3-wide action as the 92 trying to split the field here between the 7 and the 49 with the 18 coming up with a full...
Yellow's out.
Oh, no! There goes the 92 as well as the yellow flag came out.
Yeah, I
That
missed
wasn't the reason for the yellow coming out. It came out right before the 92 spun, but I didn't see what happened. My camera didn't change.
I was going to say, I don't know what happened for the yellow to come out.
Well, I mean, the 49 and the 92 somehow occupied the same space. Other than that, I can't tell you
Greg,
what happened.
That Navy machine, I think.
81 of Jonathan Osborne got snagged up inside of something here.
Gotcha.
Really? So it was like a double incident.
Yeah, he had the leaders coming up behind him, 33 of Jess Vaught, and he was getting a little loose. Oh, a little bit of contact there with the 33. 81 for the most part, though, just a little bit with a slide.
Oh.
Doesn't look too bad. But,
Oh, man.
yeah,
Two things at once.
yeah, it's 33. Oh, thankfully, there was a little bit of reverse net code there, and the 81 actually went inside of the 33, so I don't think the 33 got as much damage as he would have there.
So looked like there was Osborne was just trying to get out of the way and just kind of lost it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
Meanwhile, the secondary incident, which would have caused a caution on its own, you had the 49 running up against the outside wall trying to come back down across the track. Well, meanwhile, the 92 of Greg Klein was coming back up. They make contact here. Oh, man, right in front of the 18 of Andrew Player. 92 kind of getting all spun about, but able to, thankfully, lock it down before too heavy of damage happens.
Looked like he got too beat up there. That contact with the wall on his grill is probably the major damage there. He's
So-
going to have to watch his temps.
what I would do, because I think around 75, we're gonna have a. Am I wrong? Am I right?
Yeah.
75, we'll have a stage break. I'm not good
The
with
end
math.
of 75, yep.
So what I would do, I wouldn't come down and fix anything.
Sure.
Here we go.
I'm sorry.
I would run it as hard as I could and just see where I was with the engine and all the damage. And if I had to, at 75, come down and use my fast repair. That's me. I'm no genius.
It's hard to gauge that because sometimes it can just spike
can't
out
really
on
tell.
you real quick. Yeah.
Right. I mean, does that make sense to you, Brown?
Yeah,
It does, yeah.
Okay.
you really got to be. You got to watch those gauges a lot though, and that's hard to do when you're, fighting in traffic, which
Short
they're going to be
track,
doing
yeah.
on this restart. It's a short track, yeah. You've got a lot of stuff to pay attention to, and then now you got to be glancing down at your gauges and seeing how fast they're rising. Yeah, that's going to be rough.
But it's a gamble I'd take, especially with only 15 laps to go till this stage break.
It's not a super long season either, right, Brown? I mean, you want to save as much track position and get those stage points if you can.
That is correct here as we go ahead and talk to one of these drivers and can talk to one that was kind of involved with some of this incident. The 49, Mr. David Kelly, out here running around right now in 26. David, not too bad, but not too great. Had just kind of making your way around here. But the thing that's been surprising to us out here is typically New Hampshire is a bottom line only racetrack, but it seems both lines are working for people tonight.
Yeah, seemed to be working for everybody but me. Man, I don't know what my issue is tonight, man. I just can't seem to get the thing to stick. I didn't have any problems in the mock race Monday. I don't know, man. I'm just having a hell of a time out here.
So between this track and New Hampshire, I can't decide which one I'm more terrible at because I never could figure out either of these tracks. And New Hampshire is just, I'm a mess every time I come here.
Yeah, man, it's something else.
Well, good luck to you. You're about to get back after it.
All right, brother. Thank you, guys.
Get him back down there to Team Tang, as looks like the field is starting to kind of round back on up here, and we go back to green flag racing here with the 27 and 33, getting things all started off. 33 with a fantastic jump on that restart. The 27 a little bit slow there on that gas pedal. That's allowing the 6 of Trevor Robertson to get his nose up underneath there and try to sneak on through. The 69 Larry Dickerson trying to aid in a little bit of a push there, as well as we're going to go 3 wide here as the 69 looks low on that 6, and the 53 of Jeremiah Burke still 3 wide as they make their way down through turns 3 and 4. Looks like Dickerson, though, on that bottom side, able to make that run stick, at least for one position. Tried to do a 2-for-1, but not quite able to get that far here. Meanwhile, some great racing action continues to roll on as well. 14 of Dustin Eaton trying to make his way on back up through this field. You got the 7 of Jonah Long with the 55 Ricky Wittenberg right there on his tail. The 23 Sean McDonald up in front of them, as well as the 98 of Mike Taylor. How about Mike Taylor up there sitting in 8th right now?
Yeah, he's rolling up through the ranks there, doing a great job racing out there today. And I've been really impressed with this field out here, giving each other room. We haven't seen a whole lot of guys getting rear-ended from differing braking and lifting points. Everybody giving each other a good amount of space, but they're real competitive out there nonetheless.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Vaught lost too much with that crash either, so it looks like he's okay. So that's good for him.
Aero, not everything here at New Hampshire, that's for sure, but every little bit helps if you can keep your truck straight.
Well, that is most definitely a fact, as the 669 all still in that great battle. Meanwhile, the 27 Timothy Pope once again still all over that back bumper of the 33 machine. I got a feeling this is probably going to be the race for victory once when we get down to it, kind of closer to the end here. So we'll definitely keep our eye on that battle. First car, 1 lap down, 29 of Dave Mayberry staying out in front of the 81 Jonathan Osborne for right now. Of course, if another caution comes on out, or once when we get to that stage break, 29 in that lucky dog seat, and I'm sure he's trying to get back on up to that lead lap, but so is that 81 Jonathan Osborne. He's going to be tucked right up in there and try to, yeah, there he goes, trying to make his way around.
Dylan Bryant back here in the 8 machine. In 17th place. It's a little farther back in the pack, but he's fighting for his life out there. A lot of 2 and 3 wide action going on with that Pepsi car right there in the middle of it.
Yeah, when I talk about Vaught, I'm talking about Jess. We have 2, well, actually 3 Vaughts here. Jess is at the front end. Kyle is a rookie in the 16. Having a little bit of a rough night here at the short track, and 29th.
And the 3rd?
That's Lori Vaught. That's the queen of Vigilante Racing League. She does puts up with all the shenanigans of all
calling
these
balls and strikes too.
drivers. Yeah, so family affair here at Vigilante Racing League.
Just the
Mayberry almost taking out Osborne there. Just their bumpers barely missed each other.
Yeah.
Everybody.
But of course, you know, racing for that lucky dog spot, you want to push as much as you can so you can secure that down. But meanwhile, the 10 Andrew Cawthon and the 23 Sean McDonald continuing to have a fantastic fight up here. You also got the 18 Andrew Player trying to sneak around the 3 of Austin Paul and the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg here, trying to do the old 2-for-1. Not quite able to completely get it done as they get on down the back straightaway, but he's still got the position for right now on the 55, and it looks like he will try to squeeze out that position. Oh man, he got up a little wide there in the turn and got me worried for a second.
Time to start pinching some people. It's all about stage points here now.
That it is.
Tab BZZ6 on YouTube saying Team Tang.
Yeah. That was a good impression.
And that it was. Meanwhile, the fight for 10th in that final points position here before stage break continues to roll on as the 7 and the 18 and the 55 all fight for it. The 18 and the 7 currently holding those spots, but the 55, Ricky Wittenberg, looking hungry here tonight, trying to squeeze up one more position. And speaking of squeezing up another position, 18-inch player trying to squeeze around the 98 of Mike Taylor now, trying to get even more points here.
Taylor, impressive out here tonight at New Hampshire. One of those guys that we don't get to talk to a whole heck of a lot. Usually a mid-pack guy, and man, he gets New Hampshire. I think he's one of the drivers that really get it.
Yeah, so far he's having a good night. Look at all these colorful paint schemes. Some of them you can tell were painted by Ricky Wittenberg.
The ones that look like surf shirts and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, they look awesome.
I like it.
Oh, and how about that lunge there from the 27 of Timothy Pope? He really wants those 10 extra bonus points for winning the stage. Tried to go around the outside there of the 33 of Jess Vaught. Only a couple laps left to go before a stage break here as the race in action continues to heat on up as very similarly looking cars race against each other here. The 18 and the 53 going side by side. It's a battle of the cruisers.
That's right. Police cruisers out there battling it out. Allison Mulkey out there saying, "Get it, Jonah. You got this, my boy."
It's
Jonah
our
Long in the
closed.
7 in 10th.
Pits are closed according to Lori. So we're getting real close here. End of this lap, we should see the stage break.
That indeed, as we're here on lap 75, racing to that checkered line as the 33 and the 27 round out of turns 3 and 4. Going to be coming back down across the line. Any final change here from Pope? No. 33 of Vaught will win the stage, followed by Timothy Pope. The field is frozen. 69, Larry Dickerson getting a good top 3 there. 6 of Trevor Robertson, Jack Dixon in the 07. 14 of Dustin Eaton, 18 Andrew Player, the 53 of Burke, the 98 of Mike Taylor, and the 7 of Jonah Long, all getting bonus points here inside of that top 10.
Yeah, I was wondering if Jonah was going to be able to hang on there and pick up those final stage points, and it looks like he did.
And that indeed. So there we have it. The field's going to come on down once when they catch the pace car here, and I'm sure we're going to see a mass entrance here down onto pit road.
Yeah, I would definitely think so. I mean, this is a freebie shot at the pits, so you might as well take it. Brown, this looks like a cool place. I don't know why you don't like this track. I see all the RVs up on the hill, and there's trees and moose or moosin or meese, as English calls it.
Mises.
He's got some meeses out there. Y'all have elk too, or just
No. Just moose.
Muleys? Y'all got mule deer?
Mainly whitetail.
Oh, okay.
Mainly white and blacktail. We don't have too
and
much
lobsters.
variation.
Yeah, lobster. What a delicacy. The lobster roll, one of my favorites.
Now, do you like it because of the lobster or because of all the mayo and all the other stuff they put in it?
Yes. All the other seasonings and all the other
Well, let me
junk
ask
they
you
put in
this.
there.
It's basically a giant crawfish, right? So
It is.
Could you boil it in crawfish boil and make it work?
Sure.
Steel Cracker did one time. I
Did he
saw
really?
him do two of them.
I
Yeah.
gotta look that up.
They brought him up to New Hampshire or somewhere like that, Brown, and
Get
he
the
did a
hell
whole.
out.
Yeah, it's on his YouTube or whatever channel.
They probably
Steel
brought
Cracker, one of the Louisiana friends.
brought him up to Maine because Maine is probably more relatable to Louisiana.
It might have been Maine, but is it? Yeah, it could be. It's like the Northern Cajuns.
That's basically it.
Yeah, there's a lot of French Canadians up there.
Yeah.
Potato
Well,
farmers.
Sure.
sure, eh? Look, I like Maine. I've never been, but it sounds like a cool place because people leave each other alone and don't get in each other's business and
Right.
let you have your freedom. That's all I want. Just leave me alone. Don't push your agenda on me, and give me some freedom and space. It sounds
Gets
like that
cold
happens
there
in
too,
Maine.
though, don't
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
it? Maybe a summer house up there is all we need.
Well, there's a group that starts with an I and ends with an I, and they have a family that kind of had one in Kennebunkport. And then they had one in Texas.
Begins with a B and ends with an H.
Yeah, exactly. You picking it up. You know who I'm talking about, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believe they still have that home up there.
41,
I'm sure they do.
43.
Yeah.
Okay.
Illuminati.
Oh, no, you can't say it. It's like
didn't say it.
Voldemort. You're not supposed to say
The
Voldemort.
Illumination crew.
I didn't say it. Yeah, I'm sure they do. They have a giant sprawling estate like all the, people like the Kennedys and like the now Obama, and everybody becomes rich, when you become a politician, which is really cool,
Well, I
like
know one
super
guy
rich.
that didn't, but
Well, I know one guy that lost money, but there's only one in history. But that's a whole nother
Bitt.
thing.
Is that Josh Bittner?
Yeah.
out there?
Where?
I wish I was here to trap 2/3 of the field a lap down, but I'm at a dirt race tonight, so go team ADY. Ain't dead yet.
Nice.
I love the dirt track, man. I need to start going again.
Oh, we got one by the house. I hadn't been in a while. It's fun.
You used to take your boys down there. I know.
Yeah, I hadn't done it. It's too hot this year.
It's hot. It's been a
I got a lot of other extracurricular stuff I'm doing, so. But regardless, looks like we're going to get back to racing.
And that indeed, as we get ready to head on back to the green flag action with the second half of this race here from New Hampshire. Pace car peeling off down onto pit road. The 33 and the 27 remaining right where they started here tonight, side by side, as we go back to the green flag. Hustling and bustling down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2. The 27 with a great restart that time, trying to get that nose back even with the 33, but here comes that 6 machine of Trevor Robertson to shut the door on that idea. The 07 of Jack the Ripper Dixon's there, as well as the 69 of Larry Dickerson, all fighting for important track position spots. Meanwhile, here comes the 14 up around the outside as well. Oh, losing in the back end just a little bit is the 6 machine of Trevor Robertson down into the infield grass, and that will be enough to bring out the caution.
Well, he's lucky it brought out the caution because he was going to lose way more. So,
And it was
kind
lucky
of
that
worked out for him.
he was able to shut it down before he got onto pit lane there, because then he would have had to go down the pit lane.
Very true.
He just self-spun there, I guess.
Yeah, again, very cold tires, very difficult to get the power down evenly here while coming out of these corners. And yeah, like you said, oof, made another 2 feet, and he would have had to come back down onto pit road.
Taylor Provax likes how you call more than one moose Mises.
It's
well-
moosin' in the woodsin.
I know, but that was English. It said that earlier.
No,
that
I was
they're
just-
Mises.
I'm not familiar, so I was just kind of taking a guess. Like, if I was king of the world, that's what they'd be called,
Well, like multiple ox are not oxes; they're oxen. What made you think they were called Mises?
I don't know.
At least you're honest.
Well, I can't.
I don't know.
I mean, down here we don't screw around with words like that. One crawfish is a crawfish. A whole bunch of crawfish is crawfish.
Crawfish. It's all the same.
It's not, everything's the same. Nutria. One nutria is a nutria. A whole bunch of nutria are nutria.
Varmints.
Don't
is
know what a
they are.
nutria is. You can eat them.
You can make a gumbo out of them. I know that.
Yeah, you can. You make a stew. It's got more like a stew. I don't know that there's an actual roux that you make. I guess you could.
Well, meanwhile, while we're about halfway here through this race, let's go ahead and talk to a driver that's about halfway here through this field, and that's going to be the 72 of Mr. Chan, the man out here, looking like he's on fire trying to get back up through this field, but currently in 16th. Man, Chandler, you're having a pretty solid race there tonight, buddy.
You kind of scared me there. I think I accidentally put your volume back up one day. You're a little loud there for me, but yeah, I actually am surprised that I am actually having a decent day here. Flat tracks are not the best for me, but I've just been keeping my nose clean and just making sure that I'm not getting this thing damaged. I don't want to hurt the AAA broadcasting logo that's on here, so I would feel like I'd make y'all mad if I hurt it.
Nah, if that paint comes off, you'll have a new paint job next week anyway. But yeah, I feel you with the flat tracks, and this one I never could figure this one out. I never could figure Richmond out either. Short, it's about the same length track and the odd shape and all that kind of stuff. But you're doing great out there, man. Stay on that lead lap, and look forward to seeing how you do here coming down to the close.
Yeah, thank you. I really got lucky with that caution coming out because I don't know. I think I did my strategy wrong because I burned up my tires early and then I went a lap down. And then right as I went a lap down, that's when they wrecked right in front of me. And that was the leader. Or if they went off the nose of the leader or something. I don't know. But I got lucky with that and stayed on the lead lap. So hopefully it plays out like that again for the second half and I can get a good finish for the AAA Broadcasting Chevrolet.
Oh, yes, sir. That is a great paint scheme. Thank you for running it, and thanks for joining us. Good luck to you the rest of the way, man.
Thank you, guys. Have fun.
It's a sharp-looking truck.
It is. This 72 machine looking pretty good on out here as the field gets all tied back on up side by side. Getting ready to go back to that green flag here.
Is that a cutout of Little John or something behind him on the camera?
He got something going on over there. Meanwhile, the racing action is going to continue here as the pace truck moves on off down into that Geico restart zone. Green flag racing here once again as the 27 and the 33 making and breaking their way down into turns 1 and 2, having a pretty good run there as the 27 still again trying on that outside lane, just not quite able to get around the 33, but with a little bit more of a run. Oh no, it looks like the 7 Jonah Long. Oh man, yeah. This one's it's going to be adding up a few, but it looks like it trickled on off down onto that inside apron into the infield grass, and we're going to continue to race here.
2 separate wrecks, it looked like, and like you say, we're staying green here. I thought for sure that would bring out a yellow.
Oh, yeah, it's
iRacing said no.
28 and the 27 getting all tied on up, and oh my goodness, we're going to have to go to looks like Mike Taylor for a possible diaper change camera here.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Y'all have heard my diaper story, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
astronaut.
But
Yes.
you're,
I know, every time, it's just so amazing.
oh my goodness. Yeah, the Penn's diaper camera. Brought to you by Mike Taylor here tonight.
We should call it the crazy astronaut camera.
Crazy astronaut chick.
Yeah.
The smoke is real here, though, folks. It's hard to see through that. And oh, Kelly killing the wall. Very slow. Still green. Oh, wow. Yeah, I just saw it on the delayed. We got a little tape delay thing here. Yeah, Mike Taylor, great looking out there. Kelly Keel's going to come down the pit lane and get some damage repaired, it looks like.
And that indeed is some great racing going on around the 8 of Dylan Bryant. You got the 98 right behind him. You got the 53, you got the 23, got the actual 3. The 3 is the lucky number, I guess.
3.
I think it, depending on the year, I think 3 is a lucky number. And it's in China, it's the 69 and the 14 almost make a little bit of contact there. In fact, I think they did trade a little bit of paint. But you couldn't tell both orange trucks.
You're going to trigger Adam talking about Chinese New Year and Year of the Monkey and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't want to learn all that stuff.
I refuse to learn. It's going to be force-fed to you very soon. Yeah. I'm not a communist. I'm an American.
3 of Austin Paul, talking about 3s, having a pretty good race up 5 spots here so far.
And he's sneaking on up in there inside of that top 10 right now. Meanwhile, 53 Jeremiah Burke trying to line up that 98 of Mike Taylor.
Check out Team Canada standings right now. The 07 of Jack Dixon currently in 5th place. Sean McDonald in the 23 machine currently in 10th. Greg Dobson in the 085 currently 19th. All the Canadian drivers on the lead lap still. I'd like to do a Canada bulletin update here.
Well, I guess you're close to Canada, Brown. When I was watching the race, New Hampshire, they sung "Oh Canada," I think, to the crowd. You know, before the American national anthem.
Oh, of
I
course.
guess. Well, I don't know. Y'all are real
Well,
close.
a
huh?
lot of Canadians probably come down to watch the race. I'm sure.
They're allowed to. I didn't think they
Freaking
could
allowed,
because
sure.
of their supreme leader wouldn't allow them down if they weren't, of a certain, masking and vaxing and all that. I didn't think the supreme leader would let them out of their country.
I'm not sure about that. I can't vouch for that.
Oh, I just heard that. Just something I thought about.
Ah,
Don't they have to be triple, quadruple vaxxed and have quadruple masks to come down?
I
Oh
don't know.
wait, it's 2023. Never mind. They pulled that one on us a couple years ago. I get confused.
It's okay.
Just old,
Are you?
Yeah.
Just do your best.
Hey, you do have there's a Canadian drive, you can drive to Canada from your state there, New Hampshire,
They do share the border, yeah.
We
So
do
you can
share a
drive
border.
right through?
I know there's a snowmobile trail that will go up into Canada that crosses
There's a
borders.
highway. I was looking at it on the map.
Yeah, so the main way is to actually go through Vermont.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want to be on a big 4-lane or something, I guess. Yeah.
Well, at that point, it's a big 2-lane.
Maybe a 2-lane with a shoulder.
There you go.
It's a huge highway, probably.
Meanwhile, the 92 Greg Klein trying to sneak past the 3 of Austin Paul here. He's also got the 6 Trevor Robertson trying to make that little bit of a comeback after his little spin out here.
It's like Highway 3 goes up through the top of your state into a part of Canada where everything's in French.
So Highway 3 is like when it first gets into like New Hampshire, it is like a 3-4 lane highway. Then it becomes the kind of highway that goes through towns where you can have moments where you go 50, 55 on it, but then you hit towns and you're like doing 25, 35.
Yeah, it's a 2-lane with no shoulder or anything, and the customs office there is very tiny. It looks like you could just walk across if you just went through the trees right there.
Yeah, you probably could.
Anyway, I spent entirely too much time looking at this map.
Well, I think Ricky and Julian smuggled something through there at one point.
Well, Julian can only use one hand to help carry things. We know
No,
that.
he was a large guy. He could carry a lot.
Yeah, but he only has one use of one arm, his left arm, because his right arm always has a drink holding.
I
holding a drink.
can't really blame him. I mean, part of his persona.
Sure. Comes the 92 of Greg Klein coming up to try to challenge Mike Taylor in the 98 machine. Greg, of course, we've raced with him for years. Very competitive guy. He wants that spot.
Well, he's up 19, so that's pretty good. Into 10th, it looks like, or close. Back and forth.
The outside line, Brown, seems like it's got more momentum coming off. I don't know Greg's going to be able to clear him or not here. Yep, looks like
Well, he
will.
was gonna until he started getting loose. Oh man. Talk about another oh my goodness moment there for Mike Taylor. He's got a whole bunch of action going on around him.
He's going to need some drawers after this.
Hey, you ain't kidding me.
Oh, Greg getting a little nudge from the 3, kind of slid up in front of the 3, had some good momentum going.
Yeah, we're here inside of the final 50 laps to go here tonight. Again, expecting to see pit stops probably here in about 10 or so laps. Right around lap 110 to 115. I got a feeling we might see people sneak their way on in. Here comes the 53, Jeremiah Burke, trying to get past the 3 of Austin Paul. You got the 69, Larry Dickerson, though, continuing to try to hold off that 14 machine of Dustin Eaton here tonight. 6 of Trevor Robertson trying to find his way around that Jolly Rancher. Which he does for a second, and then the 98. Oh, I thought Taylor was going to come back with the old cut back, and wasn't quite able to get the speed there.
I just love how this VRL community rallied up today, and with late notice and everything, we're able to, get some awesome windshield banners and some tribute paints out there for this fallen officer over there in Vermont.
I think they have a GoFundMe or something, right, Brown, for her?
There is.
family?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know
Hate to
exactly
say something I
where it's
don't
at.
know, but
Yeah.
You can use the Googler and check it out, and I'm sure there's ways to donate. And
If I can
stuff.
find it, I'll put it on our Facebook page for sure. Check AAA Broadcasting for that GoFundMe link for Officer Jessica. Was it Ebbighausen?
Ebbighausen. Yep.
Ebbighausen. Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
difficult name.
I can't read, so.
Yeah, you definitely can't read. You can't really talk half the time. Sometimes you can't even think. But we love you here at AAA Broadcasting.
Oh, thank you.
We wouldn't trade you for anybody. Mainly because your
Yeah,
name
you
starts
would.
with an A, and
Yeah, that's
why
true.
we
You'd have to find
triple
another
A.
A.
But I mean, talking about trading some things, maybe you want to, trade houses and just
Oh,
get out of your old house and into a new one. Well, be sure to head on over to Blue Fox Properties and give Dave Mayberry a call at 520-850-4189. If you're in that Tucson, Arizona area or anywhere across the country, be sure to let Dave and his 18 years of experience help you on out, getting you into that home of your dreams, because this housing market just getting crazier and crazier. Get yourself a good quality realtor today. How was that feed there, English? I know you like.
Master of the Segway, Alan Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
Alan Brown.
Good.
speaking of segues, so you got the 69 and the 14 going side by side, and for a second they're up in front of them. The 27 and the 33 looked like they were about to go side by side, but that has fallen apart for the time being. Meanwhile, the 69 Dickerson up on the outside lane, trying to sneak past that 14 of Eaton. Oh man, side by side they go down that back straightaway.
Man,
Gonna get even better here as we get closer to the finish line. What did I used to say a whole bunch? That the aggression's about to start ramping up here, boys.
yeah, we're getting into that zone. And if you want to go to New Hampshire, you want to go on a cruise, you want to go anywhere in the world, Facebook.com/GC Cruise Travel. It's George Charlie Cruise Travel. Or how do you say it?
Oh, Golf Charlie?
Yeah.
You say George Charles or something.
Yeah, George Charles. That's
Golf Charlie.
my
Gotta
type
use-
of phonetics.
Yeah, I used to.
Anyway, it's Greg Klein Cruise Travel, basically. GC Cruise Travel. Hit him up. That guy knows how to do everything. He can manipulate the system. He can beat it. You can get a cheaper cruise or a cheaper flight or whatever if you go through him. So there you go. Greg Dobson just said he blew his motor.
Oh no.
Dobson blew his motor?
Well, that's what he said. I don't know if he's telling the truth. Maybe he's lying. He is from Canada. He might be a sneaky little devil.
Oh my goodness. Are you trying to start a war?
I think we had this conversation last night. No, I love Canada.
Yeah. I did find the GoFundMe. I posted it on our Facebook page. Go check it out. AAA Broadcasting on Facebook if you're so inclined. You feel like
Cool.
giving a few bucks to that memorial fund. It's already up to $50,000.
Oh, dang. Well, I mean, all it takes is, handful of people pitching in, they're basically what they pay for the morning coffee to get that up there. Meanwhile, here comes the 27 did the old shake and bake. I thought he was going to get the run there to make an attack here on that 33 adjust spot. But man, these guys have just been absolutely solid up here, up at that front. If you're the 27 of Timothy Pope, how bored are you of staring at that back bumper, the 33 right now?
He ain't bored. He's just laying in wait, dude. We know how he operates. Timothy Pope's just studying. That's what he's doing. He's studying what the 33's doing and when he does what. Yeah, Tim Pope's just getting ready. He's getting ready for the final act here, folks. He ain't bored. He might be texting, one hand on the wheel,
Yeah.
drinking a
Sometimes
soda.
you can do that.
Well, I will say bored was probably the wrong choice of words there. Aggravated and tired of staring at that back bumper of the 33.
I think he's planning. I think he's plotting, scheming even. But
As
a patient man he is, for sure.
that he most definitely is. As the 58 of Robert Chipman goes another lap down here. Same thing with the 4 of Dion Jones. Just again, a couple drivers that we really haven't talked about them here tonight because they really haven't messed up. It just hasn't been their night. May not be necessarily their track.
And one thing about this league too that I find they do better than just about anybody else is courtesy. These drivers are very, very courteous to one another. You see their lap cars, even though they're going another lap down, it's their right to fight for position. They recognize, hey, the leaders are coming. Let's give them a lane to work in. But Vigilante Racing League, man, whatever the formula is, they got it right here. So very popular race league that we started broadcasting good long time ago now. What is this, season number 4 or something? 5? I don't know. I've lost track. Maybe season 4. We sure have loved it though.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have done a lot of races. We haven't done too many here. New Hampshire is it's an elusive little track. A lot of people don't like running it. But since we're going with the NASCAR schedule, we get to, watch it with these guys.
And it forces a lot of drivers to get outside of their comfort zone, right? And try to learn something new, which a lot of guys are resistant to do. I was always hesitant to run at places like this. But I love short tracks like Thompson and South Boston, and I enjoy Dover. But stuff like this with not a lot of banking in it, and weird turns, and Richmond's probably one of my least favorite tracks. That D-shaped track is just, I couldn't stand it. But I like how they follow the NASCAR schedule, like you mentioned, and it forces these guys to learn some new stuff. So, plus you never have to, worry about, where are we racing this week? Well, where did they just race in the real life NASCAR Cup?
Yeah, well, which is kind of funny. It was, during the first half of the season, because that's what they did to make their seasons here was, split them in half. The first half of the season, we were kind of previewing what was up to come, and then, just had a day where I know admins were on the move, and we had our own stuff going on, and so we ended up having to bypass a week as the 3 of Austin Paul coming on into the pits, and so then now we're chasing, or we're after the actual NASCAR race, so we've seen some of the race in action already.
So which is better, seeing it before the NASCAR guys run it, or seeing it after the NASCAR guys run it?
In my opinion, I've seen it before.
I think before, and I think we got more viewers, actually. I think we'd have people join us that were just excited about the upcoming race, and hopefully we can get it lined up. We're learning stuff all the time with Vigilante. I think this has probably been their best season so far. They've got it dialed in. So
It's been one hell of a season.
I think before, though, right, Brown? I think the viewership gets higher, and you get people that may not be part of Vigilante and just jumping the dials.
Stumble upon it, yeah. They're like,
yeah, because everybody likes, there's a lot of NASCAR fans out there.
Which is good to see, especially in a sport that, as of late, hasn't necessarily been doing the best viewership-wise. And, of course, I think during the pandemic and having the iRacing series that those drivers raced in, it definitely helped, to at least kind of stem the tide and then open people's eyes up to, man, this computer racing stuff, it's a serious business. And that's what we got going on here tonight. We got a pretty serious race going on here as we're starting to see these green flag pit stops, their final pit stops here of the night.
John Long coming on down, a couple laps down here. Only one disconnection here so far. Kelly Kill tore his truck up pretty bad there and decided to load it up on the hauler and head to next week's track.
Yeah, I will say Earl Evans, though, he's been sitting down there on pit road for a good hot minute here.
I saw him at the concession stand. They're waiting on getting his truck fixed, I believe.
Oh, you know what?
If you're out there, drop off some hot dogs at the booth. I want extra onions, please.
You know what? You're actually correct there. I believe he did have to step away, and he even said so earlier on in the Discord, and I just totally forgot about it.
Ooh, yellow's out. Heck.
Oh, Chandler Paul. Looks like he's got. I can't say he got tore up. There's a little bit of paint missing from the right side there, but that could have been from beforehand. Looks like he did a little bit of dirt tracking on the exit of turns 1 and 2 there, and just sideways enough that he wasn't quite able to save it, so he locked it down, and that's going to bring out the caution. But that's also going to put quite a few people stuck that lap down here. Because they all came into the pits, and now we're basically all our drivers inside of this top 10 are getting a freebie here.
yeah, I think you'll get about 10 drivers get a wave around, though, I think, here.
It's
Get back
definitely
on the lead lap.
possible.
We're going to see. I think. I'm not sure, man. It's always one of those things that's it's hard to kind of predict.
Yeah, but Turner, with this being the money stop and a caution coming on out, this is where these virtual pit crews make all that virtual money.
Well, I wish I was on a virtual pit crew then. So I'd like to make some money. Yeah, this is, well, virtually crypto money. Maybe that FTX guy can teach me, Yeah, this is it. What's interesting, do you think some of the pit crews have different outfits? I saw one with like overalls on. I think maybe if you have overalls on, you can be quicker with like the jacks and stuff.
Get range of motion in your shoulders and stuff that you wouldn't have in a fire suit, probably.
Well, I will say the 33 and the 27 both hitting their pit stops or pit boxes perfectly here. Let's see who's going to win this race coming off of pit road. 33 has an advantage. He can just drive straight without turning, and he does win that race off of pit road. 69 of Dickerson, followed by the 55 of Wittenberg, gaining a couple spots there late. So great pit stop there from Ricky. Dustin Eaton, Dylan Bryant, followed by the 53 Jeremiah Burke, 07, and the 23 with the 10, rounding out that field of top 10.
No surprise here. Everybody full stops, 4 tires and fuel. This is not a track where you want to play around with 2 tires, I don't think. It would be I think it'd be a disaster waiting to happen.
I believe so.
Well, there were some jokes made during qualifying or during practice about Jess Vault. They need to take that truck out because he's so quick. because he broke 30 seconds. He was a 29 something. Still got the best lap of the race here so far during the race session, 30.2. So 33 definitely knows how to get around this track in a hurry. Hope does as well.
And
Mike Everett's got a real good time as well. Go ahead, Mike.
Yahtzee.
Oh,
he rolled those dice pretty dang good, I guess, as
goodness.
the field continuing to wrap around here, and we get ready for probably, closing in on the final 20 laps here of this race. One final push here for the 33 and the 27. Knowing how long these guys would go for on a run here, English, I remember how you said aggression was starting to get cranked on up. Man, I hate to know what's going to happen now.
Dude, it's about to get crunk up to 11. I think you're right. And look, now that Turner has stepped away for a second, we can mention next week's race. It's at Pocono. I didn't want to say that with him here with us on the air because I knew he'd have flashbacks to when I wrecked him in turn 2. So I wanted to say that while he was away, grabbing a cold beer or whatever he's doing. Looks like they're going to add another lap of caution here, Brown, to allow some guys to catch up. Maybe due to some guys trying to catch up from a wave around or something here. Not really sure.
Yeah, I think that, just doing wave arounds there. Making sure everybody gets all caught on up and has the same equal chance to kind of do whatever they need to do as we get ready to get all locked and loaded here. It'll be 21 laps to go when that green flag flies again here.
This race has gone by fairly quickly. 150 laps. It sounds like a long race. It is a lot of laps, but it is a 1 mile track, as we mentioned. They click off pretty good when you're under green. We've had a couple of cautions. It's not been a caution fest here for sure. VRL, they really know how to regulate a league and make for some exciting racing, and we've definitely seen that here tonight. Minimal cautions out there.
That indeed.
Rocking and rolling. It's y'all the Granite State, is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Get the rocking now.
Yeah, it's kind of an inside thing here. Meanwhile, the pace truck peels off down onto pit road. Here's the 33 and the 27. Get things all fired up once again as we go back to green flag racing here at New Hampshire. Slipping and sliding, beating and banging on down into turns 1 and 2. Here comes the 69, Larry Dickerson. He is not waiting whatsoever. Oh, just gets into the 33 of thought. It's going to send him on around. Does a little dance there with the 14 machine. Yellow flag comes out here once again. Bits and pieces are flying.
Caution is out, just fought. I'm sure not happy with that. Did have a couple of trucks involved in that, 2-3. Was that a netcode thing, or did that?
It was close. Oh, it was netcode. It was by about a foot. Oh man. It was close, but they were doing a pretty good job keeping it off each other there. But
And then Dustin Eaton really didn't have anywhere to go. As soon as he saw the 33 going around, it looks like he got out of it, but he could not get that orangutan number 14 checked up in time, and he ended up smacking the 33 right in the quarter pound.
Oh yeah, nothing he could have done there.
No, you hate to see the leader get taken out by netcode. That's nuts.
Man, so that's talk about a shakeup through the field, and talk about a person who would be very excited to see that kind of stuff happen, Mr. Turner, who stepped away.
Yeah, he missed a good one there. Well, good depending on if you're a fan or a driver. It's not really. Yeah, Taylor, netcode has been a problem for a long time with iRacing. You know, iRacing does the best they can with trying to fix errors and stuff. They're constantly reworking their what they call the hit box. The you know the I don't know in programming speak what it's really called, the polygons and stuff that are drawn and the relationship between the trucks, the where they actually make contact. They're constantly working on that, and they got a long way to go here with the truck platform, but they're getting there. It's going to be a while. The new damage model and stuff that they got put on these trucks probably kind of threw them for a loop, but yeah, netcode's been an issue for a while, and hopefully they'll get more of it resolved. 69 Dickerson, I know he felt bad because he didn't think he made contact with him like he said on the radio there. I know you're not you don't have the radio going like we do, Brown. It's just another distraction.
Yeah, I'm not privy to that, and I know the drivers here at VRL do pretty good job of keeping things clean on the radio, but
yeah,
I think it's best for all, and so we don't get canceled of what some of these drivers might say, because it's racing. Sometimes tempers flare up.
Did we have an argument that I missed?
No, it wasn't an outburst or an argument. It was Larry Dickerson apologizing to the 33 and telling him, say, hey, man, I didn't think I touched you. I think it might have been netcode. Going back and looking at the tape, it definitely looked like it was netcode. So,
ooh.
Yeah, Taylor saying netcode got the 33 last week, too. Well, it happens. You get close enough to somebody in these trucks, those glitches happen.
Well, that indeed. Meanwhile, here we go, getting ready to go back to the green flag. This time it's going to be the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg to the outside of the 27 of Timothy Pope here. Let's see if that 55 has anything to say about any of the action up here at the front. As here we go, green flag racing here once again. Oh no, was that Jonathan Osborne in the 81? It looked like he might have fallen asleep there as everybody was getting all lined on up, because he really checked on up that high side as the 07 of Jack Dixon goes to the outside of the 14 of Dustin Eaton. Meanwhile, Timothy Pope comfortably out in front as the 69 rubbing doors now with the 55. And here comes the 8, and the 8 hits the 69 machine. Those are teammates hitting each other there as the 69 able to keep it straight, but big wreck happening as the field comes out of turn number 4. Oh, just look at the dog pile down there.
This parking lot on the front stretch, Adam.
Yeah, that was wild. I guess that starting with the 8, Dylan Bryant. I don't.
So I saw the 4 wreck and go to the inside and was on the grass, but this was a separate incident. Separate incident.
Well, I was watching 8. Kind of got into it with the 69.
Yeah.
And then
just a little
55. Bit. Yeah, 55. Door to the 8, and then helter skelter, like you used to like to say, Brown.
It definitely was helter skelter. We went 4 wide here at New Hampshire, a 1 mile track for a second here, and of course that was not going to end well. And yeah, it's again the 8 making contact with the 69. Those guys are teammates. You best be sure that Discord's probably all lighting up. The 69 goes flying up against the wall, and the 8 was still left ping-ponging between the 14 and the 55. Finally kind of losing out on the grip as they kind of wreck coming on down and out of turn number 4. Looks like the 23 as well having a little bit of a problem down there, Sean McDonald. Because the 123 got into the back of the 28 who was checking up because he saw that shenanigans was happening, and then and then netcode happened to the 23. He was free and clear of that.
It's a shame to see netcode.
Well, he wasn't free and clear of it. I think he would have actually gotten hit.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, and the one you mentioned the 123, he tried to check up. He had nowhere to go.
and then same thing with everybody who was on that inside. You saw there. I couldn't exactly see who that was, but it was one of the D&D race graphics cars that, it just tried to lock it down and just spun out and just kept going into that dog pile there.
I love mayhem, though. I love that. I love a little activity. I love a little hatred for next week. These guys are quiet. They know not to say anything,
Yeah.
but I think deep down inside, maybe they're thinking about their vengeance, payback for next week.
Well, do you know what's coming up next week there, Turner?
Oh, no, I don't. I actually don't. What is it? What is
Oh,
it?
well, you're going to have to wait and find out, I guess.
Oh, man.
Cruz
Oh,
Brown says we got some drama tonight, boys.
I think
Got that
so.
right.
I like it, though.
I didn't want to. I said it. I told our fans what the next week's race was during your Yahtzee. That way, you wouldn't get triggered or anything. It's Pocono.
Oh, God almighty. Are you kidding me?
No,
Really,
man,
Pocono?
Pocono.
The real
Yeah.
Pocono?
Yes.
The turn 2, the tunnel turn, the turn of death?
Well, it was
No.
turn of death for you because I wrecked the hell out of it.
Yes, it was. So, I can't wait to see somebody get destroyed in turn 2 and then argue about it. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that now. You made my day.
Ashley Osborne joining us on YouTube. Thank you for being here, Ashley. Then save the drama for your mama. The 81, her brother there, Chachi, running
What's he doing?
outside row number 3.
Oh, he's up there.
There.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's up 22. That's good for him. I'm
Him.
too busy worried about all this drama. Pay attention to what's going on.
Ricky Wittenberg restarting right behind Pope, our leader there. Good to see old Ricky doing well. Pace truck's down.
And that it is here we go once again. 11 laps now remain as the 27 and the 14 go side by side down the front straightaway, rushing off down into turns 1 and 2. Man, look at that, using the apron down there. Oh man, 53 Jeremiah Burke trying to find any corners that he can cut whatsoever to make up some positions
round.
here. Oh man, the 8 again. Down into the infield grass.
Mayberry.
Oh,
Him and
Mayberry.
Mayberry had contact. Looked like it. I had to watch the tape.
Oh, looks like the 8 was kind of self-spinning there originally. Oh, yeah, and then Mayberry getting kind of a double tap there in on the 8 machine. And
Dylan Bryant, rough night.
he's electing to tow, and I believe he gone.
Yeah, he gone.
He don't want to deal with it no more. He gone.
I believe he's pretty frustrated. He's like, screw it, I'm going to Pocono. Bye.
He's a good driver too. He'll be
Yeah.
back. Got into it.
I don't blame him for being upset. I mean, I've been upset with myself on here a bunch, and he's ready to move on. Maybe he'll drink a cold beer and come back and watch with us here. Watch the conclusion of this thing, because we're almost to the end there, Brown.
Yeah, we're definitely into crunch time. We'll remind folks that here at the VRL, they only have the one attempt at bonus time green-white checkered racing. So hope they're getting all this out of their system now, because it's getting a little bit close to that mark.
We do have some more trucks on the lead lap now. I believe we're going to have 16 or 17 once the little wave around session's done here. So
iRacing kind of plays some tricks on you on these short tracks. So we'll kind of, once we get a couple laps in, we'll really be able to tell. And they're talking about that on the radio right now. Yeah, they're having a conversation about being a
about
lap down and
iRacing
stuff.
scoring. Yeah.
Yes.
iRacing's not perfect, and it doesn't take into account, driver reaction times and stuff for passing under yellow penalties and stuff like that. So,
And that indeed, as the 27 Timothy Pope, that because when that caution came on out, giving up that lead spot to the 14 of Dustin Eaton here. Going to have the 07 of Jack Dixon, 55 Ricky Wittenberg, 53 Jeremiah Burke, all up inside of this top 5. And then you got the 81 Jonathan Osborne up 20 spots here tonight in 6th right now. 3 Austin Paul in 7th. 10 Andrew Cawthon up 15 spots in 8th. 82 Mike Everidge in 9th. 92 Greg Klein up 19 spots there, rounding out the field's top 10 as of right now. But again, that can most certainly change once when that green flag flies here again.
Well, where do you want to restart here if you're on the front row? Do you want to be in Pope's position, or do you want that inside line?
As the lights turn off, and I believe they are doing the leader chooses. Everyone else has to go where they're told, but I believe the leader chooses. And the 14 elected to go to the outside.
Wow.
Yeah, he did. I heard him on the radio. He did choose the outside.
Okay, then.
That's interesting.
Definitely.
He might just feels more comfortable out there.
It's totally possible. Now, me personally, I want that inside line. I want to put that thing on a lockdown. No one's going to be, getting by me. I would try to make my car, 80 feet wide, even though it's only about 5.5. But anyway, here we go.
You're gonna have to.
Getting right back down onto it here as the lights on the pace truck are off. It dives on down into pit lane. 6 laps left remaining here as the 14 tightens things on up with that 27. And here we go. Green flag is out and away we go in the 27 with a great jump on that restart. The 14, though, keeping pace up on that outside lane. The 07 and the 53 trying to figure out ways to get around each other here, as well as the 27 continuing to lock it down. Oh, the 14 getting loose coming out of turn number 2. Gonna possibly lose a position here to the 53 of Jeremiah Burke. Oh, a little tap in the back bumper as well from the 07 sends the 14 out a little bit wider. So now the 53 of Jeremiah Burke shuffling on through. Oh, and ping-ponging in the middle is the 07 of Jack Dixon. 5 laps left to go. Here comes the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg ping-ponging against the 14 machine.
Lots of contact middle of the field here around the 82 and the 28 machine.
Oh,
Teammates.
no, there goes a 33 of Vaught. He almost got completely sideways. Green flag is still out as both he and Austin Paul in the 3 machine get knotted up and got turned sideways, but they're able to lock it back on down. The race in action continues. Oh, man, Andrew Cawthon goes around almost in the exit of turn number 4. Man, these guys are absolutely putting the pressure on each other here tonight as this race is coming to a close. 4 laps left remaining here with Pope, Burke, and Dixon rounding out your podium as of right now. But here comes Ricky Wittenberg up the inside of the 81 Jonathan Osborne, trying to pick up whatever positions that he can. The 14 of Dustin Eaton trying to get back there as well. Oh, the 55 losing it coming out of turn number 4, but keeps it straight. The 69 as well having a good battle against the 23 here with Sean McDonald up on that outside fence.
Loads of great 3-wide action happening through the field here mid-pack. Dave Mayberry using the apron a whole bunch as he goes around this track, trying to find any advantage he can to make track position.
I wish I could see it all. My racing crashed, so I'm just gonna have to watch the stream and listen to y'all.
Oh, well, that's great timing for that, as the 82 and the 18 continue to battle side by side. Everybody trying to sneak up and grab whatever positions and points that they can with 2 laps left to go. The 27 machine out in front of the 53 by about a second, making his way down through turns 3 and 4. Now the front straightaway coming across the line. White flag is out. No more cautions here tonight. We're finishing this one under regulation as the field makes its way on down through turns 1 and 2. The 27 machine a comfortable lead right now but itching away and eating at is that 53 of Burke as the field heads on down the back straightaway as well, trying to close in and make one final lunge. I don't think it's going to be in time, and it doesn't look like it will, as the 27 of Timothy Pope finds himself on victory lane here tonight at New Hampshire in a great drag race coming back across the line. Jonathan Osborne steals one away from the 07 of Jack Dixon.
Good. What a finish, man.
I
That
finally,
was great.
I got back in to see the end of it. That was pretty awesome.
And the 81 of Osborne kind of doing a little bit of a diamond in the corner, getting a fantastic run. And, oh my goodness. Oh, we got to do this one frame by frame and then change up the camera angles. Oh my Lord. I don't.
Got to be the pass of the century right there.
I don't think I got a good camera angle on this.
God, that's got to be good. Chopper, maybe
TV3.
Well, here's what I can do. I'm gonna go in. We're gonna do a little bit of behind the scenes action and do some camera manipulation here as we
There you go.
do this and do this.
3 thousandths of a second difference between Osborne and Dixon. 3 thousandths of a second.
So we'll do this frame by frame as they come to the line here. Oh, man, you need a microscope to determine that. Goodness gracious. So and that wasn't even for the win. That was for third. Oh my goodness, great race there to finish this one off.
That was
pretty
insane. Yeah, that was super cool.
Timothy Pope out there doing the Polish victory lap. Very reminiscent of Alan Kowicki, who left us way too soon.
Yeah, that indeed. And while he is doing that, we'll give him a second to celebrate, and we'll send it on down here to the broadcast waiting room where some of these drivers are waiting, and we'll get things started off here tonight. As we're not doing a random draw, we will talk to the 18 of Mr. Andrew Player, the New Hampshire native, and the one who alerted everybody to what was going on and why he was running and why the league kind of made that switch on over to do what they did here tonight. I know not necessarily the way you wanted to finish here tonight, Andrew, just outside of that top 10 in 13th, man, but talk about a fantastic race and a great way to put some great officer who sadly, taken time way too soon and, just do something in remembrance of her.
Yeah, thank you. It definitely kind of a sad occasion with losing this week. Actually, it's almost a week and a half ago now. They laid her to rest yesterday. They did the service for her up in Vermont, and just a life cut way too short. Young woman who wanted to be a police officer since she was just a little girl, and got to make her dream come true, and then she's only on a few months and something terrible like that happens to her. Just absolute shame to see that happen. I appreciate the league supporting her memory, honoring her memory. Gone but not forgotten, and I really appreciate Jess and Lori really kind of putting the call out to everybody to make sure that we remembered her today.
Well, and folks like you that, somebody that you didn't even know, and putting it out there saying, hey, this is what happened to this person who was chasing their lifelong dream, and it just tragedy struck. And thanks to you for doing what you do, working these funerals and stuff. I've done that quite a bit myself, and it's never an easy thing being around family and stuff during these tough times. But thank you very much for Andy for bringing this to everybody's attention. And we got the GoFundMe page out there on our Facebook page and stuff as well. So thanks a lot for what you did there, man.
Well, I certainly appreciate it. That I joined the New Hampshire Police Association Pipes and Drums just a little over a year ago. They were founded after a trooper got killed in the line of duty back in 1994. Sergeant Jim Noyes was killed in the line of duty, and we didn't have our own pipe band in New Hampshire. Band down south of us suggested that we form one, and this is the reason that we play, is to honor the memory of fallen officers. And Vermont's a small state; they didn't have a pipe band of their own, so it was an honor to go up there and be able to play for my first funeral. Very touching ceremony. Absolutely heartbreaking to hear her brother get up and talk, and definitely a sad moment hearing that final call and knowing that she's not going to answer.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been there too. Seen that many times in my career. So thank you for making that a point of emphasis tonight, and thank you for your service, and really appreciate that. And hopefully we can get some more money raised, just a little bit, help out that family.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the attention that you guys put on that. Like I say, appreciate AAA Broadcasting, appreciate Lori and Jess, everybody that makes VRL happen. Appreciate everybody for the support tonight. I was hoping I was going to get to talk to you guys on my own merits tonight. I was hoping to short pit there and come out in third, and cautions haven't breaking my way at all this season. But home track, and nice to run something special to keep Jess in everybody's memory. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And thank you, Andrew Player, for taking the time to talk with us here tonight. Finishing in 13th, man. Home track, sometimes, home track is just the home track, and that's the beast. That's the beast of New Hampshire, man. But good job out there, and look forward to seeing you guys back out here in action at Pocono next week there, buddy.
Thank you much. On to Pocono.
And with that, we'll move on up to our third place finisher here tonight, and your hard charger of the race, and a man we haven't talked to in a hot minute. We're talking to our good buddy Chachi out there, racing until there wasn't no race to race no more. And oh man, talk about cutting it close there with Jack across the line there, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know how I got the run there off of 4 to get that done, but he was real slow. I was like, man, I got a shot at it. After the race I had, I'll take it.
Well, damn, man, that was fun to watch. We watched it several times over, and 3 thousandths of a second separating you and Jack. And what a great job of noticing, coming out of 4. Hey, man, maybe I can make this work. And you definitely pulled around there and made it happen. And good to talk to you again, man. We haven't talked to you since you made that big move over to the East Coast, and hope everything's going well for you, man. Are you looking forward to Pocono next week?
Oh yeah, I'm excited for Pocono. Hopefully I don't have a damn penalty for next week. We'll see. I got into Jess there about lap 50 or so, and trying to race for the lucky dog or stay on the lead lap, and I got into him. So we'll see if I'm able to qualify next week, because if I am, better be watching out.
Well, you weren't the only one that got into Jess tonight. He had a little rough one. So, but up 23 spots, man. Awesome job. I know your sister is out there cheering you on. Who would you like to give some shout outs to for this awesome third place finish here at New Hampshire?
I just want to thank everybody who watches all these. You guys let us be able to put on a show here, and our good friends Christina and Angela are having their baby today, so I want to, send out love to them and hope everything's doing well with them.
Sorry, I got a message here, but thank you for joining us here tonight, Osborne, for picking up that third place finish as well, man. Congratulations, finishing up there on that podium. Try not to take as much of a break from talking with us this long again there, buddy. It's happy to have you back up here, and good luck next week over at Pocono.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll definitely be back up in the booth more often. We're gonna put some more effort in this.
You just told that man to race harder.
Yeah, race harder, man. Get on
Race,
up.
race better.
Love talking.
Come on, man.
Love talking with Chachi, man. And we'll move up one step of the podium here to talk with tonight's second place finisher, and 53 at Jeremiah Burke. Man, you were in the trenches for pretty much call it out of the 150 laps. You were in the trenches for about 130 of it, fighting alongside inside of that top 10, trying to get whatever position that you can, man. But great job finishing in second tonight.
Thank you. I am not entirely sure how I pulled that one off because this has been my worst track since like NASCAR Thunder back in the day. I have never been able to get around this place. So the fact that I was just able to stay in it after the first 3 weeks of this season have gone for me, I didn't have any internet issues. I didn't crash. Got a podium. I'm going to take this. I'm going to run with it. And unfortunately, I have to miss Pocono next week, but we'll come back in 2 weeks and see if we can pick up where we left off.
Well, it sounded like luck was on your side out there tonight as you got that 53 machine around the track. Did a pretty damn good job about it. But yeah, I was telling, I think it was Dave Kelly we were talking to earlier in the race. And, this is one of those tracks I never was able to figure this out. I was back in the old NASCAR 2004 days and all that kind of stuff. And I never could figure this one out or Richmond out. But I'm telling you what, definitely did have it figured out. Your lap times were great out there, so I don't see that you had any issues out there. Was managing tire wear pretty much the big hang up out there? Is that what y'all were fighting the most?
Oh yeah, because it was like the right front's the only thing wearing. So if you wear that, it just pushes, and there's so much. Because I was looking at the tire wear and the tire heat and everything. There's so much grip actually on the left rear. As soon as you start pushing the right front, it's just over. So I did towards the end of the race there was able to learn how to save the tires and do a kind of back up the corner a lot. And then I was able to roll there towards the end, right before that last caution when we all pitted. And then from there, I just had to, when I had good track position, I just had to race for everything I was worth at that point and throw it in there as hard as I could. I feel like if I could have got a little better at this track or figuring out how to drive it, I might have been able to have something for Tim there. I didn't know what to do when I got there.
Well, I mean, it was pretty good. This seemed like a very hard track to run, and we saw a little bit of issues. Nothing really crazy to make it a bad race. I thought we had a fun race here in New Hampshire, but you almost got it. Really good run. Too bad you're going to miss Pocono. I hope you're going to go on a vacation or something cool.
Well,
who would you like to give some shout outs to?
shout out to the kids, of course. They got cheerleading competition next week. That's why I'll be gone. And of course, Albert, Larry, Dylan, Jack. It's great having those guys in Discord with us practicing, even though I don't think I practiced at all this week. But we made it through it. Learned a lot. Maybe next time I'll come in here a little more prepared and go from there. I do hate to miss Pocono. It's one of my better tracks, but family first.
Add that in indeed, buddy. But you will be missed. But tonight you get to celebrate a solid second place finish, having a fantastic run out there, man. Congratulations. Enjoy that competition. Cheer the girls on, and we'll see you back in a couple weeks there, buddy.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Have a good one.
And with that, we get to talk to the man of the hour. It's Mr. Timothy Pope picking up the race win here tonight at New Hampshire. Man, Tim, congratulations. You were all over Jess's back bumper all race long. Did you get tired of seeing it?
Yeah, he was better on new stuff, and I think I was a little bit better on the older stuff, but it's just so hard to pass. You have to get a good run on them and make a move, but I didn't want to make too big of a move and crash us both out.
I think what the kids are saying now, when they see somebody that's really, really good at something, they say, "Well, they're alien level," and talk about how good they are. And you were definitely alien level out there tonight, putting on a clinic out there. Yeah, you and the 33 mixing it up out there, and unfortunately, he was a victim of the net code once again. Next week, you guys heading to Pocono. Who's the person to beat at Pocono? I'm sure Jess Vaught will probably be up there with you. Are there any other drivers out there that you think might give you a run for your money out there at Pocono?
I think Bittner's pretty good there. Jess, Bittner.
Yeah.
Adamson, I think, is pretty decent there, too.
Well, You were decent tonight for sure. It was real fun to watch you and Jess battle it out as you were just tail grabbing him the whole evening there, and then something happened. But you got the victory. Good job tonight. Who would you like to give some shout outs to?
Everybody on this team. Ricky, Josh, he was missing him tonight. Kyle, Trevor, Ricky Rittenberg. I forgot to thank him last week for the paint job. It was an awesome paint job he come up with here. Shout out to the family we were memorializing tonight. Thoughts and prayers out to them.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations. Go ahead and celebrate the victory here, and maybe go get yourself some lobster there, buddy. And we'll see you guys back out here in action. And good luck next week at Pocono there, buddy.
Thank you.
And with that closes down all the interviews and everything. And boys, it was a very eventful race here from good old New Hampshire. And we had a little bit of everything. We had some close finishes. We had some rough and tumble fighting out there. We had the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, that was a good one from New Hampshire. Unexpected that we ran that many green flag laps. We're able to keep quite a few trucks on the lead lap. I think 17 finished on the lead lap here tonight. And short track with not a lot of grip, and these guys were still able to put on a great show out there. It just speaks to how good this league is and how much fun it is to watch competitive, courtesy-centered racing. It's been great. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, no, it was a fun one. Got to talk about some different stuff. New Hampshire, I learned a lot about New Hampshire tonight, not only with the race, but your home state, Brown, so I had some fun.
Yeah. Well, speaking of my home state, let's go ahead and do our official field rundown here as the 27 of Timothy Pope picks up the race win. The 53, Jeremiah Burke, coming home in second with the final podium position there. Going to the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. You're also your hard charger of the day, up 23 spots. 07 of Jack Dixon. Oh man, that one's going to burn for a little bit, but he's coming home with a great finish there in fourth. In fifth will be the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg. You saw him trying to get into the fight there, kind of towards the end of things, but solid top five there. 14 of Dustin Eaton. He's been on the move here all race long, finishing in sixth. 92, Greg Klein, up 22 spots there in seventh, having a pretty good run. 69, Larry Dickerson. He got his boxing gloves out there in the final stages and finds himself up there in eighth. Ninth will be the 6 of Trevor Robertson. He was kind of up and down and all around, but solid top 10 finish there with the 23 of Sean McDonald. Another Canadian finishing there, rounding out the field's top 10.
Yeah, 3 of Austin Paul and that awesome looking 3 machine. He'll finish in 11th place. 12th, Jess Vaught in the 33. Definitely disappointed where he finished after starting out there on the pole tonight. A victim of netcode once again. The 18 of Andrew Player finishes in the 13th place after starting outside row number 3. Mike Everidge in the 82 tried to make some great moves there late, trying to make some track position, but it wasn't enough. He'll finish in 14th. 15th will be Andrew Cawthon in the 10 machine. 28, George Rincone finishes in 16th place. 17th, Albert Anderson in the 99. Quiet night tonight for Albert, but he will finish the last truck on the lead lap in 17th. 72, Chandler Paul. Chan the Man will finish in 18th place. 19th, Dave the Gambler Mayberry in the 29. The one of David Fight will round out your top 20.
58, Robert Shipman, 21st. 22nd, 49 of David Kelly. Number 4, Dion Jones, finished 23rd. Finishing 24th is 085 of Greg Dobson. 25th, the number 16 of Kyle Vaught. 3 laps down. 1, 2, 3, John Gallagher. 26, 27. The 08 of Dylan Bryant. He put that thing on a hauler for a reason. Had a rough one. Number 7, Jonah Long. 28, 29th, Michael Taylor in the 98. 01 of Kelly Keel. 30th and 13 of our not sponsored car, Earl Evans, called it a night early. 31st, and thank you, Lori Vaught, for the race control.
And that indeed, and that is your field here tonight from New Hampshire. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time with us, as always, because you guys are the reason why we do this. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you do enjoy any of the action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well, so we can continue to grow our fantastic community that we got going on over here. Of course, we also have to say a huge thank you to our great sponsors like GC Cruise Travel. Be sure to go give him a contact if you're looking to take a vacation and get the best deals in town. So big thank you to Greg over there, and of course, as well as big thank you to Dave Mayberry and Blue Fox Properties. Give them a call at 520-850-4189 if you're looking to buy or sell your house in the Tucson, Arizona area, or anywhere across the country, and let Dave help you on out with a free consultation nonetheless to get you into that home of your dreams, because this housing market just gets crazier and crazier. Get yourself a good quality realtor today. So with that, we close on out the action here this evening. We don't return again until Sunday, where we got some super speedway racing coming right back at you from the NTRL, but we're just gonna have to wait until Sunday for that. So till then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.
Yeah.